Unlike K-pop, where everything is all polished and pretty, part of the charm of J-pop idols is watching them grow, watching them improve during our different songs.
Sorry, I exploded.
Bless you. Bless you.
Hey guys on Ask Japanese, it's your flashy fashion reporter, Kathy Cat, and guess what? Next to me is another flashy fashion girl, but she is not just great in fashion, she also has a very special career as an idol. So let's find out a little bit more. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Heidi. Very nice to meet you. I'm from America. I've lived in Japan for about 10 years now, and I recently graduated the idol group Merkmal.
So why did you decide to become an idol in Japan?
So I had actually really loved Japanese idols since I was a kid. I think I discovered Morning Musume when I was about like 9-10 years old on YouTube. I came across them and I was like, whoa, cute girls singing and dancing and wearing cute outfits. This is what I want to do. And then I moved to Japan and made it happen.
I don't think that was that easy, though. I don't think that's that easy. Especially, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but having non-Japanese people enter the idol industry is fairly recent.
It doesn't really happen very often. It was quite a struggle, actually. I had originally wanted to be in like a big label major kind of group that's, on TV and stuff a lot here, but, those kind of groups kind of don't really give foreign people the time of day even. So I auditioned for lots of different companies, came across a lot of people that would straight up say no just because you're a foreigner. Found a lot of people that would like, oh yeah, we'd love to have you in our group if you pretend like you don't speak Japanese and play the stupid foreign character kind of thing.
So they asked you to pretend that you don't speak Japanese?
Yeah. Even though I'm fluent,
But I studied for that.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what was the point of all of my studying, all of my hard work? Well, yeah. But eventually, after many years and lots of different not so fun situations, I came across the agency I was part of for 3 years and the group Merkmal. It's a group made up of, it was me and 6 other Japanese girls, but everyone is very individualistic. Like, we've got girls of all shapes and sizes. Like, I wasn't even the tallest girl in the group, which is pretty rare for Japan. And a pretty wide range of ages too. So yeah.
So they were like trying to break out a little bit of the mold of everyone, like, we're 17 and we're just starting out kind of thing.
Yeah. They definitely had girls who had more experience and were definitely very for pushing your own individual character and personality. Yeah.
Really cool. You said the journey there was quite hard, and I imagine it was. What is like a thing that you have to bring for an idol audition in general?
You have to prepare usually a song and a dance. Sometimes they'll tell you in advance, we want you to learn this song or learn this dance, but a lot of the times they'll ask you to prepare something of your own, like a song you're comfortable with singing that shows off your range, and then, a dance that shows off your skills. You don't have to be perfect or anything, but they'll also ask you.
You don't have to be?
No, actually, I feel like a big part of the idols in Japan is that unlike like K-pop, where everything is all polished and pretty, part of the charm of J-pop idols is watching them grow, watching them improve. Yeah, so it kind of like fans like seeing that sort of Cinderella story, like a girl that started off maybe tripping over her own 2 left feet on stage. And then after years of practice and all of the fan support, she blooms into a wonderful dancer, a wonderful singer. That's, really what captures fans' hearts here, I think. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, even I'm like, oh, yeah, that would get me too, yes.
And also for auditions, you need to prepare something called a Jiko PR.
Okay.
Which is like an extravagant self-introduction where you sell all of your good points to whoever it is that you're auditioning for. Show them your strengths, maybe throw in a little bit of your weaknesses, show them your character.
And you tried it a couple of times when you found your group?
Yes, I did, yeah. I actually passed a handful of auditions that kind of didn't lead to anywhere because of stuff that happened with COVID.
Oh. Was it around that time?
Yeah, it was right around then when I graduated voice acting school, actually. I was here for vocational school at first, and I graduated in 2020. And I had, I had a couple of things lined up that just went poof. But I found my group in 2023, right when things were finally settling down for COVID. And yeah, I debuted in July of 2023 and was with the group for almost 3 years.
Wow.
And just graduated last week, actually.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. Yeah. So 3 years being, are you the only foreigner in your group?
Yes, I was. And probably will be the only one from here on out too. Yeah.
Okay. So was that difficult to like fit in? But you speak Japanese fluently, right?
Yeah, I speak Japanese fluently. So a lot more so than the other girls in the group, the fans were kind of more wary of me. Oh. Yeah, they're kind of like, what's this girl? I feel like the typical idol fan kind of likes, the small, cute Japanese girls. When they see a bigger foreign girl, they're kind of like, ooh, scary. But I found my own fan base in sort of older Japanese women and other foreigners who live here were very supportive of me. So yeah, that was good.
And then slowly you probably also made it into the hearts of the Japanese fan base as well.
Yes, for sure, yeah.
You proved yourself.
Yeah, they definitely opened up after a while.
Yeah, I think they first were like, woohoo you, but then they got to see you more and more on stage.
Yeah, we performed probably like 15, 20 times a month. Wow. So yeah, it definitely got a lot of chances to interact and talk with fans. And yeah.
You were on stage almost every day.
Yeah, and then working full time aside from that as well.
Oh my goodness. How? Okay, can you tell me like an average day in the life of Heidi when you were a part of the group?
So if it was a day where we had a concert, I'd usually wake up, do my hair and makeup and then go to the concert venue. If it's a weekend, we would sometimes have like 2 shows in one day. So we'd have like maybe a show in Shibuya in the morning and then a show in Shinjuku at night. So we'd get there maybe an hour before we're supposed to go on stage, dress up in our costumes, go over what we're going to like say in the MC, like the talking part of our shows, or like who's gonna say what to like hype up the crowd. And then we do our little maybe 30-minute set, singing maybe 6, 7, 8 songs. And then afterwards, for an hour, usually we have time to interact with the fans, like a meet and greet where fans can pay to take pictures on their phone or Polaroids and then like talk with their favorite member. And then, we pack up and then move to a different venue, do it again. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds busy. So you also said you worked full time.
Yes.
So, for example, if you had a day when you worked, and then how many hours were you working and then going to live performances? When did you practice? It seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, I basically didn't have a day off for the entire 3 years I was in the group. So I would usually try and get off work by like 5 or 6:30. I work at a multitude of different jobs. Some days I'm instructing English. Some days I'm translating and interpreting. So I work a handful of different freelance jobs. Or sometimes I'm modeling too. But I would try and schedule that before we had a performance or after we had rehearsal or whatever. So I would have like work in the morning and then idle at night, or idle practice in the morning and then work until maybe 10, 11 p.m. So yeah, I would usually be out from like morning until getting home at like almost midnight every day, but you work through it, you power on.
Some serious stamina for that, because the dancing part is also quite sporty.
Yeah. I actually, I had a couple of like health run-ins where like I was just overworking myself and I'd have to go to the doctor from like passing out from overwork. And like I remember I did like a test once and they're like, "Are you an athlete?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I dance a lot. I guess you could say I'm an athlete." They're like, "No, your stats are definitely that of an athlete." And I'm like, "Oh, wow. Okay."
You were running a marathon for 3 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. You said you were also working full time. Would you suggest someone who comes here and wants to be an idol to like keep their day job, or?
For sure, especially if you're in a smaller agency. Usually the agency isn't capable of providing a visa. So you definitely need to find that outside of idol work.
But you said you graduated, but your story keeps going.
Yes, I recently graduated just recently on March 18th. And I'm planning to do solo work from here on out. I actually did a little bit of solo stuff before joining my group, but I'm hoping to take it to a new scale. I'm also doing a lot more like modeling and voice work now. So yeah, if you're interested, you can find me on like all social media. If you look up Heidi-chan des, or like just Heidi, I'm sure I'll pop up. Yeah.
So in a way, because there's like idol different genres, there's like the Kaigai idols, so the idols who are like working abroad.
Yeah.
But you are, even though you're from abroad, you're working in Japan.
Yeah.
That sounds quite challenging.
It is quite challenging. Yeah, a lot of people don't really know that foreign people even are interested in the idol scene. So
You're still one of the first pioneers.
yeah, there's only been a handful of us that have actually broke in as like a foreign member of a group or like doing things over here. But I feel like we're slowly starting to see change. I've seen a couple of new girls actually joining other groups where they're the only foreign member. So I'm really hoping that the scene becomes more accepting of girls from overseas. I'd really like to see the change. Yeah.
Is it okay to ask why you graduated?
Well, like I mentioned, I was working full-time while doing Idol for 3 years. It wound up being very, very rough. And I just kind of felt like I needed a break. And the group was kind of going in a direction that I kind of had different hopes for. So I thought it was time for me to branch out and do my own thing and kind of become the person that I wanted to be, more so than what the group was trying to push onto me. So yeah, it was just time for a change.
I mean, you worked for 3 years with no break. I mean, I think it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah. The break was definitely needed. I definitely feel more refreshed already, and it hasn't even been a week.
Well, there you can go. You can put all of that new motivation now into your new project.
Exactly, yeah. I'm so excited to try new things. Try out everything, yes.
I'm so glad you're sharing this with us. Now, I know that probably someone watching this right now like feels in their heart, oh man, I really want to do that. For example, by the way, if you feel really jealous right now, that means because you have that dream very, very strongly inside of you. We're going to turn this into some positivity. Let's ask Senpai, who knows, who's done this and who's in doing it here. What advice would you give someone who in their hearts really wants to be an idol?
My first recommendation, if you want to do it in Japan, you need to learn Japanese, because idols' communication with their fans is just so important. Yeah. It's literally something we have as part of every single show, a meet and greet. So brush up on that.
Just generally for everything, for working here, for coming here, for making friends here. Learn.
Yeah. And work on your visuals, I think, is a very important thing. If you present yourself well, people will be more interested in, like, I don't know, people that show off that, like, they can package themselves as the product, because, like, you know, what you're selling is yourself. So you need to be able to put in the effort for that.
I think in Japanese they call it joshi ryoku takai.
Yes,
have high female powers, high girl power.
If you're trying to do like a Kaigai idol kind of thing, well, even if you're doing things here, I think connections are very important. Like go to shows, go to cons, go to where you see others performing, and like really try and talk with people that are like organizing or behind the scenes. Like if you tell someone like, oh, this is something I want to do too, I feel like people will like talk to you and take you more seriously and like give you advice. So yeah, get involved in the community for sure.
Thank you so much, Heidi. We're also going to put her links down in the comment box. Thank you so much for sharing some of your insight, and all the best for the future career. Excited.
Yeah.
Thank you. And guys, if you're curious about more, I'm going to put a video right here. And catch you soon on Ash Japanese. Bye.